Hi guys, Ram Arora here. I thought I'll make an induction video for you guys for because some induction video is better than none. I'd say for using Juno EMR. So here's me creating a video for you. I'll show you some simple tasks that you can do so that you don't arrive here completely clueless, and help you a bit in your day to day, especially in seeing the first few patients which. So when you open your screen, you'll have a clinic loaded up for you. So I will start with a test patient. Now what you want to do with the test patient is press the E button here. Now that usually opens up the things that you can do with the patient. Now this opens up this box here right below. Now this is where you type your notes. So this is where you can enter your notes, Now once that's done, go down and you'll see all these buttons on the bottom. And what you want to do is not use this save button, but this one, submit, sign and save button. So that just signs it and saves your conversation or whatever gibberish you might have typed. It shows the encounter type that you've had as well. Like this is a face-to-face encounter with the patient. Okay, so that's been done. So that's that. I mean, you can run a spell check and all that stuff. So that's one thing. Now on the side, you got these menus. Now the menus that you need to be aware of is this e-forms menu. Now this is where you'll be able to access investigations. So if you press the e-form menu, it opens up this, and again it shows lots of forms in front of you. Or what you need to do is you want to get to the add e-form section here, and once you do that, it sort of brings up a full set of requests of full set of lists of requests that you want to order. So suppose you want to just do a general blood test, then you can press the general labs blood test here, and that opens up the form, which is already pre-populated with all the details that you want. Now you can still pick and choose, like you don't want a random blood sugar because you're already doing an HbA1c. So you can just choose that. You can just deselect that. You can keep the HbA1c. With the liver enzymes, you want all the liver enzymes to be done, perhaps. And you probably want a sodium and potassium as well as a bilirubin and albumin. And then you want a lipid assessment as well for this patient, so you can do that. And then if you wanted to further add some tests, then you can free text them here. There are criteria around vitamin D. So if you don't meet some of the OHIP criteria around vitamin D, then it becomes a private request. So suppose this patient wants a vitamin D checked and doesn't meet the OHIP criteria, then you just press that. And that becomes an uninsured test. Then comes your like you want to check a B12 and you want to add a folate to that, then you can add a folate to that. Just type it through, and that's that. So you can do all those things. You can keep adding the test, whatever test you want. I mean, there's a good list of tests here that you can use. Now, suppose you want to check for Helicobacter pylori, then you can either do it through writing Helicobacter pylori serology here. If you want to do a stool test, then you can just do a general stool test and they will check for Helicobacter pylori, I have been told. So just use the stool culture button here and they will check for Helicobacter pylori through that as well. You can choose whichever way you want to go. Once you have completed the request, you can press the print and submit button. Okay, so if you do that, then it's added onto, and then you obviously print it, and it's automatically printed at the printer, and it starts giving people an idea about what you're doing. So that's one of the e-forms that you can use. Okay, the other things you can do with this form section is once you press the add e-form button, you got other referrals that you can also send through. So suppose you want to send a fit test, so you can do a Life Labs fit requisition here, and that can be sent. Okay, so that's a fit test requisition, and again you fill it up, it auto populates, and you press the print and submit button, and that's your fit test sorted. Okay, the other thing you can think about doing is sometimes you can also make an ADHD referral to the same form as well. So you can do an ADHD from Bridgeport Psychiatry ADHD referral through this as well. So there you go. So that's ADHD referrals as well. So this add an e-form button on the side is very important. Just be mindful of that. Okay. Suppose you want to send a standard referral, then you can press the plus consultations button here, and that brings up who you want to send the referral to. And in that you can say, suppose you want to send it to a dermatologist, then you can just simply cut and paste your consultation here and then print it, submit consultation request and print preview, and then that would then print out your referral form as well, which the admin staff will be able to action for you. So that's another good way of doing things. Lastly is the medication button, because obviously you're here, patient's going to ask you for things. So suppose you press the medication button, which is on the right hand side. Suppose you want to issue this person some citalopram. So you just type that in and you press in citalopram 20, and then you just put in the instructions, and then once you have typed up your instructions, press save all and print. Okay, so once you've done that, it saves it and it prints it and it's ready for the collection. Okay, so that's been done. Okay, so that's that. So that shows you how to prescribe. Okay, some of the investigations you will find are showing in the lab results section. So you can press on that and that shows you some lab results. So this just gives you a general overview of how you can go about doing something on your first day and you're not completely helpless in in running this as a GP. Hope you find this helpful. Ram Arora here. Do catch up with me if you are here and we can discuss matters further. All the very best.